Hello Aries, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie. Blazer the Morkie has been distracted by the blizzard conditions and all of the shoveling and the plowing that has resulted from that where we are. So he is not a part of this reading today, except in spirit. We will bring him back next time when things calm down a little bit. But I am here with your reading for the next 10 days, and we are going to look into your overall energies. We'll take a look at your specific energies, the energies of the person connected to you, and then how those energies mingle and dance in the middle. And then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Aries collective. I want you to keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node readings for additional context and texture. And also be sure to check out the description below. I have links to my 2025 offerings, personal readings, as well as connecting on social media, affiliate links, all kinds of good stuff. Please check it out. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you don't miss a beat on these readings. Join me on Friday at 10 a.m. for Frequency Fridays. It's a chill, casual community hangout where we talk tarot and more. And then every other Sunday, I'm here on my channel answering one question per person from 7 to 8 Central. So be sure to get on early and ask your question. Aries, your overall energy is wood, and we've got a little pine cone and what looks like a little chimenea with some wood here. So you're really working with the wood element. And you know, I was just thinking the other day how interesting it is how trees take up nutrients, and they have like the xylem and the phloem or something like that, right? If I think back to botany and the way the water moves up each cell and how the cells interact. So all of that is going on in the wood. Wood is not just some dried product with which we burn or wipe our butts, right? It's much more than that. And so you may really be working with the complexities of something very close and present to you. When I think about wood, I also think about how it is used for structures and to support and shelter. So we will hold that in mind as we look at your reading here. On your side, you bring in the energy of the Five of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Some sort of challenge or competition that maybe you've been involved in, Aries, whether it's of your own doing and choice or just something that you have found has found you. You may be a little mixed on how you feel about this. Could be somebody pressuring you or challenging you a bit. I don't know if it's this other person. Could be though. There's this energy of challenge, but this also could represent you challenging yourself. I'm just not sure you know how you feel about it yet with this Two of Pentacles. One of the important things that's coming up out of your reading here is really getting some quiet time to reflect and get connected with your heart. Maybe that's what's needed to work through whatever this challenge is, or how you feel about it, or beginning to feel more comfortable with something. For this other person, they get the Sun, the Chariot, and the Seven of Wands. They seem to really be moving forward with bold joy and, you know, control, and they're on the move, and things are seemingly happening for this person. I do think there's more going on underneath the surface with this person, with them getting the Seven of Wands. They may be working with issues of confidence and self-esteem. No matter what they're showing on the surface, it doesn't mean that they don't have this little sneaky inkling of energy underneath. And it is something we all carry. I mean, I have my own doubts and my own insecurities, and sometimes I'm aware of them, sometimes I am not. I don't know if they're aware of it. I'll have to clarify to really see if I can find that out. This could also represent, this is somebody that does try to take the high road and remain positive, even when they are feeling doubtful about themselves. In the center of the connection, the two of you get the Seven of Swords and the Temperance card. There seems to be some element of mistrust or maybe even a deceitful feeling here. That's, I think with the wood, that's why there's so much more going on underneath the surface that I'm picking up in this reading. So the slow and steady relationship here is better than jumping in. We have to see how this ages over time. Okay? Yeah, there's something here that isn't quite vibing quite right. So let's see if that's what you're picking up on with this challenge. What is going on with this Five of Wands for Aries here? The Chariot, yep, which is what they had, and the Knight of Wands. You may be particularly concerned about how this person is moving forward. You may be witnessing someone move forward in a way that you might see as too rash or not balanced enough. Maybe they're not coming from a place of balance. You might be hard-pressed not to let this person know that. Some of you may have gone ahead and shared your feelings with this person. It seems to be lighting you up a bit. Definitely like triggering you and lighting you up. You may be in a bit of a position of pause right now because you're aware you're being triggered by this. And you want to kind of pause your response to it as well, so you can try to figure this out. You do have this Two of Pentacles. It's kind of that, how do I approach this person? How do I deal with their energies? There is kind of this, it's like part of you wants to deal with them and part of you doesn't. What is going on with this Two of Pentacles here? The Hermit and the Nine of Pentacles. I think there's a part of you that wants to... There's definitely a part of you that wants to kind of turn away from this person. Maybe you're working with this person and part of a business arrangement or agreement, you have to work with this person, Aries. Perhaps there's someone you're training or have trained. I feel like you've invested a lot into this relationship or this connection. The Hermit doesn't necessarily, and I'm coughing a lot because there's a lot coming up for you here. I do think you're releasing a lot in this challenge with this person. This Hermit, on quick glance, it was kind of the energy of turning away from this situation. But if you can use the Hermit in his highest meaning, which is to really get introspective about what is this person triggering in you? Are they kind of a representation of you at an earlier age, perhaps, or an earlier phase of life? I kind of get that sense. Maybe they're a little bit younger. Maybe this is a person that you're in competition with at work. Like maybe you're both applying for the same job. And so there's some concern there. For some of you, this could have been a person that you trained and then they got promoted because of your good training. It feels like you've invested something into this person. Could be, for some of you, this could be a parent-child relationship where you have invested a lot and you're watching them kind of put themselves out there in a way that may be a little scary to you, honestly, which is strange because Aries usually goes balls to the wall, or bold and out there. But I think you may be the elder in this situation and a little bit wiser. I'm not saying you're elderly. I'm just saying, you know, you have more experience. And so maybe there's this tendency to want to try to direct this child or this younger person what to do, but because you do sense what's underneath the surface here, but you're pulling yourself back into your heart here with this King of Cups, which tells me you are using that Hermit energy quite wisely, getting very introspective. Why am I triggered? Oh, maybe it's because when I was 20 something or when I was 18, I did this, that, and the other. And I don't want them to make that mistake, right? Yeah, for the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords would be thoughts about how maybe you were lacking or misstepping or making mistakes in the past. And there's still a part of you that is beating yourself up a little bit about that, Aries. And that's why this dynamic with this person is showing up. And it's because of the self-imposed thoughts that you've held on to. Now, you may not have done this intentionally. It could be coming up out of your subconscious. Absolutely. I think you're slowly going to be kind of untangling the ball of yarn here. Slowly but surely, with that Knight of Pentacles coming into your heart and recognizing what this is. And of course, if you're listening to this reading, that's getting you even closer to it. But there's something inside of you, some way you think about things, or about a mistake you made in the past that you may be fearing that this person will make. And yes, they have something going on under the surface. What they're putting out on the surface is not necessarily what's going on underneath. A lot of young people in society do that, though. I did it when I was a young person, right? I tried to be a certain way or fit a certain mold, and look, I'm happy, I'm doing this, and I'm doing, you know, the path that my parents want or what the school tells me, right? And underneath the surface, I'm like, this is not what I want for myself. This is not what I want for my life. So you may be genuinely picking that up, and that's why you're feeling triggered or like brought to a quick temper with this, because that's your sign, Aries. You get that sign. So I love this wood element for you, because when we think about wood, not it burning, okay? We're not going to burn the wood right now. We're just going to be with the element of wood. It would be good for you to, if you have like a fireplace, to get a log of wood and just feel it and experiment with it and touch it and be with it and imagine its life force when it was living, or go out to a tree and have a conversation. That's been coming up a lot lately for people to connect with the plant kingdom and these elements. We can work with this. Think about the pine cone pattern and the complexities and the ins and outs and the cycle and the spiral of it all. You could go get a pine cone and have a look at that and just kind of envision the different aspects of yourself as the wood element. I think that's really going to help you here. You don't come to my channel looking for, like, you know, airy-fairy quick fixes, okay? You're going to actually have to sit and work with these energies yourself, right? So keep that in mind. For the Sun, this person gets the Death card and the King of Cups. Oh, this, you know, and this would be why they trigger you. You both have a very similar heart that you're operating from. You operate from your heart space in a very similar manner. You may be dealing with a Scorpio here as well with that Death card coming up, but this person is going through a transformation into claiming who they are. Some of them could be, like, I'm getting kind of that 28, 29 age range as well, really coming into themselves and trying to make the decisions that bring them joy. You may be fearful of that a little bit because of some of the maybe challenges that you encountered in life when you went through that. Or maybe you haven't quite broken free of those energies. And sometimes when there's children or younger people that come cross our paths in our life, they're meant to kind of teach us and shake us out of some of the more concreted patterns that aren't helping us there, and they kind of just dance right in and like, hey, you know, and then you're like getting triggered by them because they're so full of life and energy, right? For their Chariot, they get the 9 of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so they don't know yet how to make this work so that they can hold on to financial resources. They may be the kind of person that gets money and they spend it all. I don't know that they are necessarily investing. They're kind of having a wild spirit. This could be triggering you, especially if it's your kid or your child, because you want them to build stability and wealth for themselves as well. On the path forward, they're giving me a bit more lax and crazy carefree spirit with this, and when you try to talk to them about it, they might be pretty defensive, like they don't want to hear it from you. But they could use a little more conservative advice so that they can hold on to what they're making. I think they're making money well, or they have the potential to do that, but they don't know how to hold on to it. And that could be one of the things that's triggering out here. For the 7 of Wands, they get the High Priestess and the King of Wands. What's going on inside this person right now is a little bit of they're kind of like judging their own intuition. And I think there's times where their intuition is speaking to them, like it might say, hey, take 10% of that you just made and put it in your high yield savings. And they're like, oh, no, I know what to do. They're having this internal argument within themselves, right? Hey, take 10% of that and invest it in, a dividend or something like that. And, well, I know what to do. Kind of like, don't tell me what to do. I already know what to do. That's kind of the attitude I get from this person. But that's how they talk to their own intuition. It's really funny. And it's really, it's not funny I'm sure it's driving you crazy, but it's funny in the sense of like, you can't get away with that. Your intuition, they may just need to make a few mistakes, Aries, and I don't know that you can stop them making a few mistakes here. I don't see it being world-changing, world-ending for them. I think just sometimes they're just maybe more free-spirited and more carefree, and they may have a different money archetype or types of love language than you, right? So we have to be understanding of that. For the Seven of Swords, you bring in the energy of the Hanged Man. Very good, because I think you're trying to look at this from a different perspective. I did capture that energy of like you're trying not to push and you're trying not to overstep. And they get the Eight of Cups. And that is to do with, at times you may feel a bit rejected by them, like they don't value your opinion or they don't value what you have to say, even when it's right and it's great advice. They need to figure this out themselves, okay? It's one of those things that it's not that they don't love you. It's don't let it fool you. There's love here, but they have to turn their back to you so they can figure it out themselves. They may even reject, like if you do offer financial help, they may even reject that as well. And I'm not sure it's really your position to. I think you're better off sticking with this Hanged Man energy and letting them kind of learn some of these lessons. So what you can work on is figure out, okay, why do I get so triggered by this? Maybe it's because of your own mistakes of the past, and there's just a little something in you that needs to be clear. And the more you put your energy on that, the quicker this other person will probably come along in their own learnings. For the Temperance card, you bring in the energy of justice. Again, what's right, and you know what's right, you know what's balanced, the Libra energy, and they have the Three of Pentacles. Give it some time here. They'll come back around to working with you and wanting, possibly even reaching out, asking for your advice, asking for your opinion, and wanting to work together with you. You're just going to have to give it a little time. There's going to be that little part of you that goes, I knew it, oh, I knew you'd come back around. This is just, think about wood and how it dries and ages. This is just taking some time. This is a natural. And that's why the natural element of wood is coming up for you, to help you understand this is a natural part of the cycle between you and this person and your relationships to yourself and your relationships to each other. So we've pulled a card to close off your reading, Aries, from the Whispers of Aloha, and you got 43. Strive for clarity. Stretch and reach your dreams. Yes, it's time to focus on your own dreams here. While you're working on the wood element in the relationship with this person and how the wood changes and dries and ages over time, and the complexities of that, you've got your own dreams to focus on. You've got some of your own things that need to become clear in your life. And I think your relationship to this person, though a loving one, though you care very much, though you love each other very much, has distracted you a little bit from your own things. So if you put a little more focus on your own dreams and wishes, let them work their side out, you're going to be in a much better position, and it's going to feel a lot smoother to you. Okay, Aries, thank you so much for joining this reading. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.